So I'm just going to start here by saying the map of Forza Horizon 1, dude, it might actually be one of my favorite maps in the entire franchise so far, if I'm being real. And one of the biggest things I kind of keep thinking about in this game, at least when I am playing it, because I have been kind of sucked into it now for a while, is when you are on this map, bro, there's just something about it that really makes you just want to keep driving. It's insane. I don't even know what it is. I just jump in. I don't know if it's like the design of it, or maybe it's just everything, the atmosphere, the design of the map, the feeling that it gives you. It just makes you want to jump in there and simply just drive around, bro. It's kind of weird. Your boy Blocked is legit turning into a cruiser head from playing the old Forzas, bro, and that was not on my bingo card for 2026. Let me tell you that. But a few of the things I did really enjoy about this game, though, which does come down to the map, obviously, is simply down to how the flow of the roads are in this game. I really do like how a lot of them kind of lead you somewhere interesting, or they kind of make you go a certain direction. You're like, oh, dope, I like this little town area here. This is very cool. Or you have a lot of cornering and a lot of tight roads in the mountains, or like a really fun scenic type of hilly road. It really has everything in there, man. I love the way the roads in this game flow. Also, on top of that, the elevation changes, which is something they talked about in Forza Horizon 6. Okay, that is something they were talking about in that game, how the elevation is a big role in the map design. And you know what's hilarious? Playing Forza Horizon 1, bro, I can definitely see how the elevation changes on the map with the hills or different areas you would encounter play a big role in the overall factor of how the map feels and the funness of it. I'm going to admit that's something I really did notice. Now, this game will also have a really big highway in it. On top of that, you'll have a lot of, like, as I said before, scenic type of roads if you want them, or open roads. You have shorter type of, like, turn roads. You have some off-road areas as well that are pretty fun that take you on, like, little trips. And they're nothing insane like you would see in Forza Horizon 2 or 3 or anything like that. But to be honest, though, it doesn't really bother me, man, that this map doesn't really have a lot of off-road stuff. As I said before, there's some stuff in there. It's not a ton, but it's still really fun with how they did end up doing it. I do like how the roads are designed to kind of encourage you to go fast. It's like, hey, bro, you're on this open road, speed it up, and if you go too quick, then you might end up meeting a guardrail on a corner. And let's be real, we all have done that at least once or twice, or in my case, probably a lot more than twice, as pick some roads and go super quick, not realizing where I actually am, and then yeah, I keep wrecking myself. But one of the other things I do like about this, though, is I was talking about how the roads are fun, but also the areas of the map, dude, they really do feel fun and distinctive. For example, right now, you guys will see me in the background kind of cruising in one of the town areas here in the Subaru. And it really was so dang cool because I was kind of just driving around. I wasn't really expecting there to be towns like this or areas like this in the game, which I will talk about this a little bit more in the Colorado video because there's stuff I did want to mention in that one. But one thing I really do like though is you could leave that town, head over to the open fields and like the open areas, head over toward the hills or the Red Rock area, and every place that you're in just feels really distinctive in a good way. And I think they designed the overall map flow in this game for it being a lot older in a really positive way, man. It's just so dope. But not only that, though, one thing I really love about the map, guys, is the map design in Forza Horizon 1 for me also, and this is coming from a brand new player, by the way, someone who just started playing it and kind of, never played this game before. I do love how this map really supports the gameplay that is in it. Now, you might be wondering what I mean. I do like how the races in this map almost feel like they belong there. I did talk about this a little bit in the atmosphere video, how everything does tie together. But with the map itself, though, seeing how the races are placed and where they are and seeing the design of them, it kind of feels like they belong there in a way. And that was something that I really do like. It doesn't feel like the events are just randomly placed. Like, yes, they're in certain places in a random kind of thing. But to me, though, it kind of feels like the races almost belong there. You know what I'm saying? But with all of that being said, with the entire, race design, guys, the other thing I really do love about this game is the free roaming is just as fun as racing, bro. Going around the map and, like, exploring different areas around it and seeing the atmosphere that comes along with it, as I did mention in the other video. But seeing how the entire map just gives you, like, a distinct different feeling whenever you're in a different part of it is so cool to me. Whether you're more toward like little mountain towns or heading towards some of the main festival areas or the open field areas, I just really love how, at least one thing I was noticing is Forza Horizon 1 to me, guys, with all of that being said, I don't know, it stands out to me in a way. A lot of people want the biggest map ever. They really want the biggest map. They look at a map and go, oh no, that one's tiny. But the funniest part is Forza Horizon 1 doesn't have the most largest map out there, but to me, though, I think that the way they did it is still fantastic, but also the fun factor's still there, man. Like, it's not going to be as big as, like, a newer Forza game, right? but I still feel like the overall design of that is still the full-on feeling that you're going to have a good experience in there and have a lot of different roads to cruise around, race on, drive different cars, do different races. And the map will pretty much keep you occupied for a very long time. What's funny is I remember back in 2012, guys, as I mentioned, I wasn't really playing this game. I was actually playing Most Wanted 2012, and those maps weren't massive at all either, and they were still fun. So back then, when you actually got to play Forza Horizon 1 for the first time, I can only imagine how insane this game probably felt back then, bro. Like, do let me know your thoughts if you did play Forza Horizon 1 back then, and you were like an earlier player on this game on the 360, dude. I'm super curious because I want to know what you guys felt and the different things that you probably noticed about it back then, because I do know playing some of these games back then probably hit even harder because it was a different feeling back then being younger and playing some of these games like a childhood type of thing where the memories kind of pour in. But what's wild to me though is even jumping on this game for the first time and playing this in 2026, it is still such a great game. It is so dang fun, guys. I'm going to be real. I wasn't expecting this game to be as fun as it is. And the reason for that is obviously down to the age of the game. I thought it was kind of going to, it was going to be dated. Wasn't going to be all that great. And I was kind of expecting the overall design of the game to feel dated. But you know what's funny? It doesn't feel like that at all. It actually feels like a really... Now, I do understand they kind of enhance this game for the newer Xboxes and all that. And it does look really good. But I also do think, even with this game being older, it still has such a great fun factor to it that even someone who has never played it back then could play it now and probably get massively sucked into it. Pretty much how I am at the moment, bro. I feel like I've been kind of playing this game for hours on end. I don't want to get off. I was actually playing not too long ago, and I was like, I gotta get off. And I ended up staying on the game for like 3 hours, bro. I was like, wait, it's 1 a.m.? Like, it literally did that. And I haven't really done that on some of these games in a while. But I kind of thought to myself that, you know what, that's a good thing, dude. Because even though this game is older, the overall design of it is still holding up very well. The overall map design of how they actually did this and tied all the events in together in different places that really make you feel like you need to go there and it wants you to go there and do them. It was nailed, bro. And then on top of all of that, you have the entire elevation changes of not every single road is super flat or doesn't feel like it goes anywhere interesting. A lot of the roads in this game really do have great changes around that, but also the way the map looks around it, guys, is beautiful. I love how they did end up capturing the entire autumn feeling. So dang pretty, man. I love the way the trees look. I love the way the map kind of just sucks you into it on your in that autumn season in the game in Colorado. Which, you know what? Speaking of that, we will talk about the Colorado design of this map, how it's completely nailed in another video soon, dude, because it truly did hit me. I honestly cannot believe how great they did it. Because I was going into this game, to be real with y'all, kind of with low expectations, as I do understand, again, the game is dated, you probably expect that, but it really does probably surprise you when everything in that game just flows so dang well together and actually comes through, knowing that it's older, and yet it still plays this good, dude. I think it would probably shock anybody. It really would. Forza Horizon 1 for me has been such an insane experience. This is easily one of my favorite maps so far, no doubt. And it's just simply around the entire design of how everything in it really works so dang well together. And it's just such a fun overall experience.